Hello Syngenta followers. Actually we were supposed to be live with our event, but the beauty of being live is that some technical issues can happen all the time. But now we are here because we wanted to register this video because we wanted to have this conversation. Actually we are streaming out from the World Biostimulants Congress in Barcelona. As you can see, maybe you can in your show, it's very crowded. A lot of conversations are happening here because this is by far the biggest event in the biological industry. I'm not here alone, okay, apart from the attendees, but I'm here with some fantastic panelists today that will help me to guide you through the conversation and the topics. I know this is day 2, by the way, and yesterday we discussed about new innovations, what's happening in the industry, etc. As I said, I'm not alone. Let me introduce my fantastic panelists together with me today. So I have with me Alfredo Daniele Sgrignuoli, our global product manager, Federico Gonzales, which is our crop protection development head for Europe South, and tell me if I'm saying that correctly, Paula Nuévalos, okay? It says here that you are a content creator, an engineer and a farmer. I guess we will talk to you as a farmer today.
Yes.
All right? But let me start with you, Alfredo, okay? We heard yesterday that we launched this fantastic new product, Equilibre, which is a nutrient use efficiency product, okay? But you need to help us, okay, and help especially the audience to understand what do we mean by nutrient use efficiency. Sounds a little bit complicated acronym, NUE. So in simple words, very simple words, guide us through the definition and the positioning of this segment in the biologicals arena.
Yes, thank you, Paolo, for your question. Actually, it seems that is a complicated definition, but actually it is not, because making a simple summary of what nutrient efficiency is, we can say that is simply the use of any substances or microorganisms that are capable to improve the uptake and the utilization of the nutrients by plant. So now, which is the main aspect that I would like to underline with you? Nutrient use efficiency varies among different kind of nutrients. So let's make it simple as you like. For example, nitrogen. So nitrogen is simply the backbone of the crop productivity. Without nitrogen application, we cannot simply fill the world. But we apply millions of tons every year of nitrogen, and we see that it is utilized by the plant 30%, 50%, because between when we apply it, the crop utilizes, something can happen. Leaching, runoff, temperature, different kind of condition that can limit the utilization of these nutrients by the plant. But not only nitrogen, we can also talk about phosphorus immobilization, of other nutrients immobilization inside the soil. But this is not enough. Temperatures, wrong irrigation, everything can contribute in limiting the utilization of these important nutrients by the plant. And here we play a fundamental game, because we have the occasion with our offer, with our portfolio, to bring to our farmer important innovation that are capable to improve the efficiency of this nutrient, or simply proposing it as a complementary tool at the top of the nutritional management program. So Paolo, I think that this tool that the segment is proposing should become a complementary but ordinary tool that the farmer can have inside the package of the nutritional management. I'm firmly convinced about that.
Thank you, Alfredo. I think this is super important. So do you think this is part of the big thing of biologicals? We said in our title 20 billion by 2030. Okay, besides the value, okay, do you think this segment will improve and will be even more visible and let's say interesting for farmers in the future?
Yes, absolutely. We saw yesterday in one of the presentation that opened the Biostimulants World Congress that actually nutrient use efficiency is also growing very well. It's also growing in double digits. So inside the the pillars that is composing our biological offer, I'm sure that starting from now on we will very good in be one of the fundamental part of the segment.
Fantastic, thank you, Alfredo. If you give kindly the mic to Paula. Paula,
Hi.
We said you're a farmer, young farmer, etc. So, and Alfredo introduced, the segment of nutrient use efficiency innovation. But you as a farmer, how do you see innovations that are coming? Okay, do you need them? Are you looking for them? What's your view as a farmer, really as a farmer? Okay.
Technology, innovation, all of this, we must adapt it because it's new era of farming. I mean, we cannot produce the same products we did 50 years ago with the same technology we came using. So for me, it's so important when comes like biostimulants here, because they help us to produce better, to our plants to grow in a healthier way, and also to have better soils. That we have to look for this because it's the whole environment what really matters. So I think with that new farmers and young people, we have to adapt this in our life, and we're looking for profitability, of course. We use what we know it works, and sustainability. We are so concerned with the environment, and in my opinion, this is the most important thing because Europe, mainly, and also Spain, we're looking for good products and good quality ones. So we have to be focused on this and work with them. I mean, we have to adapt our vineyards, in my case, or almond orchards also, and adapt new technologies. It's so important, and also to make the mixture between companies and also farmers, because when we work together, we come up to a good solution of the problems. That is what really matters here.
And thank you, Paula. This is absolutely a fantastic overview. And staying on the topic of biostimulants, same as a farmer, what's your view? What is your perception of biologicals? I mean, negative, positive? Do you have all the info? You have too much information? How's the situation?
For me, they are not gonna take away. They are not gonna throw or change chemistry. But they are like a mixture. We have to work together with chemistry and biostimulants because they really help us to produce better. And we trust on what we see it works again. And a negative thing is that we have a lot of information and sometimes we don't know how to use it and when use it and how. Because we have to combine this with regular fertilizers and chemistry, and we have to have in our minds how to do and how to put it on together. So sometimes we feel a bit lost because when we go to buy a new product or a regular product, we don't know what to buy. There are a lot of information, a lot of brands, and it's like, well, how can I make my plants survive to drought periods, hot waves, a lot of rain and then drought, and maybe sometimes it's so complicated for us to choose or decide between two different products.
Yeah, I think so. I think one of the difficult things is to navigate, okay? And moving to Federico. Federico, we need to help these farmers,
Hi.
okay? We need to help these farmers to navigate, etc. So maybe also your view on what are the opportunities for the biological sector and maybe also the use efficiency segment in a way. I mean, to consider this as an holistically the system and the offer in agriculture that companies like us. You've been in this industry since forever, so maybe you can help us to share your view.
Thank you, Paolo. Yes, I'm getting old and I've been in this industry for quite a while now. I think starting with the last part of your question, and about the holistic part of it, and you just said it, and you said it very well. Biologicals are not a standalone solution. They are part of a much more comprehensive solution that involves chemistry, crop protection, but it also involves new technologies like precision agriculture and digital tools. And we need to put all of those together for biologicals to work and to extract the most value out of biologicals. Specifically talking about nutrient use efficiency, I see three major opportunities. The first one you just mentioned as well is profitability. And there are crops that, depending on the circumstances that Alfredo was mentioning, you can lose 30-50% of the nitrogen that you put in the soil. That's a huge cost and a huge impact on the grower profitability. So that's the use of nutrient use efficiency products can really help on maintaining the profitability of growers. The second point is sustainability. And I was so glad when you mentioned that and how important sustainability is for you. And reducing the amount of fertilizers that we put on the soil has a direct impact on the sustainability of our fields. And the third point is that in some areas here in Europe and other parts of the world, actually the use of fertilizers is getting restricted because of nutrients runoff. So in these areas, the use of nutrient use efficiency is not an option anymore. It's a must. But what are farmers looking for? And you mentioned exactly the 2 points that I was going to make. First one is profitability and proving that the product works. That's what we need to achieve first. We need to demonstrate the benefit of the products. And the second thing that growers are looking for is simplicity. When to use the product. I mean, we don't want to make their life complicated. And I think that new tools and platforms such as CropWise can be really helpful to tell growers, when the best moment to use this product, where to use it, and really maximize the potential of these products. We see this change happening. It's slow, it's starting, but I think that with young growers, this is ramping up, and we see the use growing every day in the fields.
Thank you, Federico. You also mentioned, by the way, we mentioned, covering this discussion, innovation, sustainability, the things are going together, clearly, right? So you mentioned also CropWise, okay, so that's also the other area which is not a trending topic, but that's the reality, which is, the digitalization as well. So maybe a few words on what CropWise is, at least what we can offer, okay, to the farmers with such a tool.
It's difficult to summarize in a few words because CropWise is a platform. It's our digital and precision agriculture platform, and it's incredibly broad in the tools that you can find inside the platform. From CropWise Protector that allows you to scout your field, to record the electronic field book of the operations in the field, to CropWise Explorer that allows you to have your satellite image and analyze your fields, to InterraScan that helps you to scan your field and get all these different parameters of the soil in a way and a depth that has never been done before. So a huge variety of different tools inside the CropWise platform that, as I was saying before, can be really helpful to make the life of the grower easier.
Thank you, Federico, and I'm so happy that we are having this conversation just a couple of days ahead of the World Soil Day, which is December 5th, so we are perfectly, on time. This is a fantastic discussion, and maybe also Alfredo, without entering, in the details, etc. But I know that yesterday we had a chance also talking about nutrient use efficiency to talk about Equilibre, right? So maybe just tell us what Equilibre does, okay? Just to give an example of what could be, a nutrient use efficiency product. What are its characteristics?
Yes, Paolo. Yesterday I had the honor to present this new solution that we are going to launch. Equibra is a unique blend of nitrogen fixings, phosphorus mobilizing and solubilizing, and other nutrients, understood as a micronutrient solubilizing bacteria that are capable to improve the nutrient uptake and utilization by the plant, building resilience for the crop and building profitability in what I like to call hungry crops. So everything is reconnected with the introduction that I made at the beginnings. Something is happen, nutrients on call. So the product will be ready to fill that gap, or simply to use it in the normal and standard fertilization program to increase the profitability, that what we want to deliver to our farmers.
So I would say that maybe to close, just would like to close with you, Paola, this very short conversation. If you need to say something to a young farmer like yourself, what would you say about the innovations and biologicals and these kind of conversations?
I want to aim all of young people to know about these things and be interested on what all of these new technologies and new improvements comes to us, because they are gonna help us. I mean, all of us, we all know that farming is hard sometimes. We spend a lot of hours, a lot of time working hard, but maybe the farming of the future is not working harder, but working smarter. So maybe with all of this, improving our soil health, our plants, our fertilizing kind of, well, not fertilizing, but chemistry, and mixing it together with biostimulants, nutrition use efficiency, will make our job easier and will reduce the time we are spending on the fields, and we can have a better planning at home. So this will reduce our hours in the farm and will make us to work smarter. We must be focused on this. So I just aim all of you to try new things, because it has a lot of technologies besides, and a lot of innovation and a lot of studying, and this we must try this, because I trust this, and I believe that farming in the future is gonna be from here. So we want to work all of us together and trust each other and try if it works. We just want simplicity.
Fantastic. So farming of the future should be smarter and not harder, and that's a great, let's say, sentence. So with that, I would like to thank you, Paola, thank you, Federico, thank you, Alfredo, and thank you, Syngenta followers. Stay tuned, because we have a lot of things to share with you in the coming days and months. See you at the next.